right, you've been making moussaka wrong all this time. I know I used to. You see, the thing is that most recipe books leave out a key ingredient, like this one doesn't mention the key ingredient at all. This one doesn't mention the key ingredient at all. This one doesn't mention the key ingredient at all. This one kind of mentions it as a footnote, as something you might want to add. No, you must add it. Whereas this one, which is my Bible, does mention it and incorporates it as part of the recipe. What's the key ingredient? Potatoes. So let's start with these two nice bulbous shiny black aubergines. I'm going to cut the head off and then cut them into 1 centimetre slices. Job done. Pop the slices in a bowl and pour on enough water to cover them. Of course the buggers float, so you're never going to cover them. So just press them down a bit. Make sure they're all nicely wet. Then sprinkle on a tablespoon of salt. Make sure it all dissolves. Massage those aubergines. What you're doing here is drawing out some of the brown goo from the aubergine. The brown goo is a bit bitter. It's a bit bitter. It's a bit bitter. Now I'm going to leave that for about 20 minutes and I'll just give it a shiggle every 5 minutes or so. While I'm waiting for that, I've got about 500 grams of potatoes here and I'm going to peel them. And now I'll cut these into 1 centimetre slices. Sorted! Well, I've still got some time left so I can make a start on the sauce, but before I do, have you noticed how mince comes in these vacuum packed packs these days? Like bricks. I hate them. I absolutely hate them. Heat a couple of tablespoons of olive oil in a pan. Add in 1 large onion that's been finely chopped and sauté until the onions become translucent. Yep, that's not bad. Now add in 500 grams of lamb mince, preferably not in brick form, and then spend the next 20 minutes trying to break it all up. Suck and frassen, rassen. Oh, it's like cooking with bloody plasticine. You know, every time I buy one of these bricks of mince, I swear never again. But the problem is I don't have much choice unless I'm prepared to spend twice as much on my mince at the local butcher's as in the supermarket. Well, I think I'm winning. So once the meat is browned, you can add in a 400 gram can of chopped tomatoes. I mean, you can add fresh as well if you want. But then add a cup of dry white wine, half a teaspoon of cinnamon, a big pinch of sugar, a bit of seasoning, salt and pepper. Give it all a mix, add in a big bunch of parsley that you've chopped, bring to the boil. When it comes to the boil, turn the heat down and let it simmer gently for about 10 minutes. Bubble, 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 bubble. Meanwhile, back at the aubergines, take the slices out, just pat them dry. And that's the last one. And you can see just how brown that water is. Hack! Now, while my meat mixture is cooling, I'll start frying the aubergines. Put a generous amount of olive oil in a pan. By the way, you're going to get through a lot of olive oil in this, so make sure you've got plenty before you start. Heat it up. Looks nice and hot. Start adding in the aubergine slices. You'll have to do this in batches unless you've got an absolutely massive frying pan. I'm going to cook these until they go brown on the underside. They will shrink slightly as you cook them. As you're cooking these, you start to wonder where all the olive oil's gone. The answer is it's gone into the aubergine. When the slices start to go brown on the bottom, drizzle on some more olive oil and flip the slices over. And cook until their bottoms are brown. Once the bottoms are brown, you can put them onto a plate with some kitchen roll on. More olive oil, more aubergine slices, and just keep going like this until you've cooked all the aubergine slices. Third and final batch. Once you've done all the aubergines, it's time to do the potatoes. More olive oil, and in go the spuds. Nearly had that all over myself then. Right, we'll brown those on both sides. Once the bottoms are starting to go brown like this, you can just turn them over. And keep cooking till the bottom of your spuds are browned. Once the undersides are cooked, you can remove, pop on some kitchen towel, and cook the next batch of potatoes. I always find that cooking moussaka is really a bit of a marathon effort. It's not something you're going to do in an hour. Now my meat sauce has cooled. One thing I like to do, not strictly necessary, is add in half a cup of breadcrumbs, because it helps to soak up all the juices and give it a much firmer texture. Now, having done all that, I've got a baking dish, and I'm going to put a layer of potatoes in the bottom. Just enough potatoes to cover the bottom of the dish. Now I'm going to spoon on half of the meat mixture. There we go. Next come the aubergines. You're going to use all the aubergines. Now spoon on the remaining meat mixture. Now you might think that we're just about done, but we've got to create a topping. Into a pan, put 60 grams of butter, 750 ml of milk, and 60 grams of flour. Start whisking and turn on the heat. Keep whisking and whisking and whisking and whisking and whisking. Just keep whisking while it comes to the boil. Eventually the butter melts. Keep on whisking, keep on whisking. As it comes to the boil, it goes very thick. Keep whisking, keep whisking, keep whisking. And then turn off the heat. Now whisk in a beaten egg. Then add in half a teaspoon of sugar, a big pinch or two of nutmeg, salt and pepper, 2 teaspoons of lemon juice, just whisk that in, and finally 2 teaspoons of Gruyere cheese, or any grated hard sheep's cheese. Now you might be wondering where I got my Gruyere cheese from. In fact, I bought it in Greece one holiday and brought it back home with me. And before you all start going, "But that's illegal, Titli, you've broken the law!" I actually bought this well before the current rules changed. And this block of Gruyere lives in my freezer. Right, we're nearly there. So, pour the sauce onto the moussaka. Spread the sauce around, make sure it covers all the meat. Now sprinkle on some breadcrumbs and some more Gruyere cheese, or hard sheep's cheese. Now we can pop this in an oven at 165°C fan for about 45 minutes to an hour. When it comes out, it should be lovely and golden brown on the top. Leave it for about 5 minutes before you start to slice it. Oh, moussaka tonight, loving it. You don't really need chips with this because the chips are already in the moussaka. So now you know how to make moussaka properly, you can go make some, just the way that Mr. Papadopoulos would like it. Until then, join me next time. Bye!